Trevor Bayne has the outside. That's been the preferred groove on most of these restarts. The white car, Brian Eichler, on the inside.
Let's watch Ron Hornaday from third spot. Let's see him dive to the bottom of the racetrack here.
Restart Ron. Slow pace by Eichler. Now he picks it up. And he may be able to hold the lead here.
Ron does drive to the bottom, not able to do anything with Eichler, but he is side by side with Bayne for second.
3 wide at 7th place.
Look at Hornaday.
Oh, Hornaday hammers
Eichler.
Yep.
Look at all the cars with nowhere to go.
Berkshire climbed right up on top of another car and ends up in the infield.
A lot of damage to that 15 car of Eichler. He didn't have that much damage from the initial contact, but then somebody came along and hit him when he got his car refired and going again.
Carmichael stopped on the grass. The right side pretty much wiped off his car. What a mess that was.
Oh, it sure was. What does Darrell say?
Cautions breed cautions.
We're going to see the contact right here from Hornaday. Watch him dive up to the inside. Not able to make it, not able to hold that car down. Makes contact with Brian Eichler. Both cars spin right in the middle of the racetrack. See, Nick Lynch trying to make his way through there, gets hit from both sides.
There were 12 cars involved. See if Eichler, look where the white line is. Is he coming down the racetrack?
No,
not really. His car was loose,
yeah,
but he was not coming down.
No, Hornaday just got in there so hard he was not able to hold that car down. See Austin Dillon right there with some contact. There's another look. See, he just slides up the racetrack. He tried to stop, but he couldn't stop that forward momentum. And then cars have, see all the smoke now. We actually can see better than anybody else on the racetrack. Watch
everybody stack up.
Peyton Sellers gets hit from behind.
He got turned around because the car behind him got turned around.
Yeah, the 77 got turned around. Andrew Myers. Joey Logano looked like he stopped in the 18 car. Here's Peyton Sellers. He gets hit from behind, turned around. Does a 360 to the grass.
Which was probably the one safe place to be. Was in the grass.
Spraker car, the 37 right there.
Ricky Carmichael walks away.
Alex Kennedy in that 37 car.
And there is Eichler's car, Dick.
Well, they were concentrating on the right rear corner of this car, Mike, but not an awful lot of work going on. And I have a feeling that pretty soon they're going to give up. In fact, the window net comes down. Eichler sitting behind the wheel. What a disappointment for this young man. He looked like he was going to be the winner here. He had had just 2 previous appearances in this event, top 5 finishes in both of them, had run so strong today. He still sits behind the wheel.
Dick, work has stopped because the race has been red flagged. So the teams are not allowed to make repair on that car until the red is withdrawn and the yellow flag is displayed. The good thing is they have the wheel and tire off it, so they can look very carefully and closely at what they might need to repair or replace when the official tells them it's okay to go back to work.
Well, I think they did exactly what I did, Mike. They were so focused on the car, they didn't know the red flag had come out. The official now has caused them to put the right rear tire back on the car. And apparently that would have been the position it would have been in before the red flag had come out.
Mike, one thing I want to show you, you see right there where the door has been torn apart. Those are the new intrusion plates that NASCAR is requiring for all these cars, Camping World East West, the trucks, Nationwide, and the Cup cars will all have these intrusion plates that are plates welded in between those door bars on the outside of the door bars on the left side.
Another good proactive safety move, making its appearance on these Camping World cars this year. Brian Eichler looked like he had a chance to run away with this event. And then as we saw the accident unfold, it looked like Eichler was back in the throttle and his car was leaned over to the right and, you know, just in an accelerating loose condition where if you could have stood on the track and pushed on it with one finger, you might have been able to turn it around. And Hornaday came into it with a lot more force than that. And 10 more cars piled up behind them.
It doesn't look like the damage on the left side, even though cosmetically it looks bad, probably would not affect the way the car drives, but that right rear quarter panel that's missing, and who knows if that bent the rear end housing and the trailing arms and things like that. That's where the damage will be if Brian Eichler is not able to continue.
12 cars in all were involved. Don't have a complete number list. That was just a quick count of who was stopped and had to try and pull away. Jim?
Well, we can't talk to Ron Horn today, but the next best thing is his crew chief, Danny Stockman. Danny, what did Ron say happened over the radio?
Just pushed up right into him. I mean, had a pretty good race car there. We'll come back and come get him here in a little while. I'm sure he's going to put on a good show for the fans right here.
You had a bar, you had a hammer. What are you going to work on first that you can see from here on pit road?
I believe the right front fender's rubbing the tires, so we're going to beat it out and put on a show for the fans here. That's what we're here to do, so thank you.
Horner, they got up to 5th, guys, and certainly in contention, and these boys think they got something left. Dick?
I'm with Joe Shear Jr., who is Brian Eichler's crew chief. What's the biggest problem you're faced with this car at the moment?
Idiotic drivers.
Well, but from the point of view of getting the car back out on the racetrack again, can you do it, or is it too badly damaged?
It's too badly damaged. It bent the rear end housing, bent the truck arm. It's done.
What a shame. He looked like he was going to be a winner tonight, Mike.
He certainly had a chance, but gosh, Phil, in the 6-year history of this event, we've seen this many, many times over. A driver will get hooked up. He'll pull away from the field. The field will catch him up on a restart or through one of the competition yellows, and through no fault of his own, he ends up in the infield instead of victory lane.
Yeah, tough break for Brian Eichler. So excited about being out here in California, where he's from.